Greetings. Caribbean gospel singers always expose themselves because of a lack of knowledge. Because it is the same church system that speak against music and say some music are of the devil. Okay, and some songs are of the devil. Well, the reason why they think that way is because they fail to understand that the Bible is a book of mind science. I'm going to prove it for you. Okay, it is actually a book of mind science and must be understood psychologically. So the entire Bible, it is not literal, neither is it secular history that is pointing you to look outwardly. It is actually pointing you to look inwardly when you understand it metaphysically, esoterically, and psychologically. No, every word, it was for us a thought. It was for us an idea. It was for us imagine. Every action, it was for us a thought. It was for us an idea. It was for us imagine. Before you could write a song to sing, it had to for us be a thought. It had to for us be an idea. It had to for us be imagine. Before music could be put together, it had to for us be a thought. It had to for us be an idea. It had to for us be imagine. Therefore, if it's the devil, well then the devil is your mind. And then if it's God, then God is your mind. Well, I'm going to go into the Bible and show some scriptures. And you just put two and two together and learn to think for yourself. Deuteronomy 32:39 says what? He said, I'm God and there's no other. What? He said, I kill. What? God has killed? And I make alive. I won't. You mean God is wrong? And I heal. You see, most religious people do not understand that God and man are one. They do not understand that the mouth of God is the mind of man. And the mind of man is the mouth of God. Moreover, they do not realize that God in man is man's awareness of being. In other words, man's imagination. That's why St. John 1 and 3 says what? He said all things was made by him and without him was not anything made that was made. Well, if you really understand Genesis 1, as in Genesis chapter 1 and verses 1, and then you understand John 1:1. And as a matter of fact, let me quote John for you. He said in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things was made by him. You see, most people take that him and think he's speaking about a man who existed 2,000 years ago. That him is just a personification that represents the human imagination, teaching you that everything that was made, it was for us a thought, it was for us an idea, it was for us imagine, and show you before you could create anything in your world, or before you could create your world. In other words, before the invisible can make visible in the three-dimensional world, you have to pause the thought, or pause an idea. That's why he said God created by one spoken word. A word is a thought expressed. And so when a man create that which he desire and he create that which he desire, he no longer have the desire. He going to a Sabbath, he going to rest. People think it's 7 literal days. No, it's just one cycle happening all the time. Man just name the cycle. But people get checked. And so even in the sexual act, when the process of creation is finished and the man released and so on, right? The process of creation is finished. What happened? The soft part between the man tied a shank. You know that in the Bible, right? With Jacob, right? that soft part of shank. And you know he does resurrect, right? I know we just call the whole thing a erection, right? Having fun. So, when you really understand what the Bible is really all about, okay, and these people writing all of these songs and playing these kind of music, say dancing and so on, right? It's the most blasphemous thing there is. Gospel songs and gospel preaching and people referring to the place that they normally go as the house of God and the temple. That is the most blasphemous thing. God don't dwell in no temple maker hands. This is a temple right here where God has dwell that don't make of hands. Do you realize that there's no kingdom on the outside? The only kingdom here is the kingdom of creativity that is within you that you can use to create your life, whichever way you want it to be. That's in the Bible when it says that as a man thinketh in his heart. We think he's talking about an organ with some blood out church your body. You talk about the heart. When you ever talk about the heart, what do you think he's talking about? Do you know that there is a place in the invisible world that you could go by carrying your invisible self there? Do you know you have an invisible self and a visible self? Do you know Joshua 1 and 3 says that anywhere that his soul I feature, child, is given to you. You really understand that? If you really understand the astral world, which they tell you is evil, they tell you don't have nothing to do with the occult. Occult just means that which is hidden. They don't want you to know that there's a house here. At this temple here, you could go in and out of this temple, in and out of Jerusalem. They don't want you to know that you could get on the ass, the back of an ass, and take a triumphant ride into Jerusalem. They don't want you to know this is stubborn ass, that you have to learn for controlling meditation, and visualization, and take it right into Jerusalem, a place of joy, peace, and happiness, where you don't have to depend on them, when you read about Jesus, who do you think you're reading about? You're reading about a man who in political establishment and the religious establishment want to kill him, because this man unfold and unveil everything, and expose them. You see anybody want to get rid of the preachers and them? No. They're fake. So all these gospel singers and preachers, they are fake. When you understand the Bible, it's a book of mind science. And you start to hold yourself responsible for your mind, for your thoughts, your nasty, dirty, stinking, low-down, gossiping, church-going thinking. When you start to hold yourself responsible for them things, and start to seek the God that is within. You know where Matthew tell you? Matthew 6:33 says, he said, all these things will be added unto you, because you will find the kingdom, you find the pearl of great price. And he said, you won't be like the hypocrites who like to be seen and heard. They like to be talking to a God outside of themselves. They go and take out all their clothes out of their closet, the literal closet, and go inside it because they see a movie from TBN with checking them and telling them about war room. This is war room. This is war room. This is where Armageddon has been fought. Here is the war room. Wake up. Stop being idiotic. There are no other war room. When people see Israel and Palestine and so on, and with the bombs and the guns, do you realize a bomb was first a thought? Do you realize a gun was first a thought? They just take the thought, what happened in the thought wall, they bring it in the physical wall, chop you in the physical wall. And here we battle go on. And then they control you using the astral world, the real world. So my brothers and my sisters, it's time to wake up and don't get caught up with entertainment. The worst music there is so-called gospel music. It's the most dirty. And I hate you. You see the church system, when your eyes open and you see the church system, it's the most nasty, dirty, low-down thing there is. Everything they preach against, they're part of it. But you have to think deeply, and your eyes have to open to see, to know. You come tell me about pornography, with your vote. You could tell me about alcohol and cigarette smoking and all those things, and your vote. Hypocrites. Button supporters filled with dead man bones. Think it's a man 2,000 years was saying so? Is a man when you're weak by the dream of life and understand the body is the empty tomb, and this is a cross on which all of it must die. And they want to crucify the creative power that is inside of you. So one of them promising you a good life while you're here if you give them your energy. They want your energy. And one promising you a good life when you leave here if you give his energy. And his family, his wife, his children, they go to university, they live in lavishly, and you live in like a what? Man, I could go on and on and on, man. You don't catch the whole thing. So I'll come to a close here. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, and what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, man, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, man. Like, comment, share this video. Also, if you want to grab a hold of my work, I encourage you, check out all the links down below. And let your intuition, you know what intuition be? Your inside teacher, the Holy Ghost, that not come from nowhere. That tell you about when the Holy Ghost come and you are the Holy Ghost and you speak in some and saying that you are Holy Ghost. No, you didn't say that you are all the time. It's your intuition. Let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. Because if this resonated with you, it's for you. But for those who don't resonate with, man, he's a crazy man. He's a blasphemous man. Because why? You're exposing the establishment. That is the story of Jesus. You're reading the Bible. That is the story of you when you wake up. So with that being said, I want to say peace. Out.